My name's Toney. I'm from Boone, North Carolina. I work for Armada Skis as our in-house artist and graphic designer. Wear a lot more hats than your average graphic designer. For different weeks of the year when we're trying to build and come up with new ideas for ski graphics, I work physically painting and drawing. On top of that, we handle creative shoots for ads and hiring other artists, so I get to constantly look out for art that I enjoy, and then we'll try to turn that into final ski designs. At a young age, I always felt like I wanted to be making things, so started building skate ramps super young and then building bike trails in my backyard, and eventually that idea of wanting to make stuff turned into art. Grew up 10 minutes from Appalachian Ski Mountain, worked park crew, so I got to help build the terrain park, and even would work in the summer starting to paint the rails before they would go up in the park in the winter. So that was my first projects where I got to do big, larger paintings, was on rails for the park. This is a line style that I started drawing 6 years ago. From there, just kind of started progressively working larger and larger, and eventually did my first mural a month ago. Essentially, most of my drawings I've been calling device drawings. Every mark I make on the paper usually has some form of tool aiding the line. We're either tracing a ruler or drawing on a French curve or using a compass. Just kind of took that same idea of using devices to help aid my mark making on the wall. Ended up just making reverse negatives of rulers where I have 1-inch wide stencils at 6 feet long, so I can spray perfectly straight lines, and also projected French curves onto stencils to cut out. I have replica tools that I use drawing small scale that I just scaled up by 10 times to match the size of the wall. For this project, I focused on wanting to make a very angry looking bear. I wanted to have the bear form out of the ridgeline for mountains, and I focused on the Flatirons as my primary ridgeline, and then just added a peak in where the bear's mouth and jaw and nose become its own summit. What inspires me most is actually being outside, whether I'm skiing or biking, and primarily drawing mountains and animals found in the mountains. My personal style usually draws directly from my experiences. Before I start drawing, I already have an idea of which type of tool I'm going to use. What do I want to represent, rocks or snow? Even though it's so abstract, I've started to see it immediately when I'm out in the mountains, even before I get back to the studio and start drawing. A lot of times, painting large murals, it's done in the city area. It's not usually in the mountains so much, so I kind of want to bring my perspective from being in the mountains to the urban environment and letting people know that those mountains aren't that far away, and if you can, just get up there for an hour and clear your head. It's going to do wonders for your overall happiness in your life, and hopefully get people stoked to go up to the mountains more than they have been.